I'm Schmidt Grills.
Woo!
I served in the Green Beret and the British Special Forces. And I'm going to show you what it takes to get out alive at some of the most dangerous places on Earth. I have to make it through challenges in places you wouldn't last long without the right survival skills. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how to get out of the Canadian wilderness. I'm in Canada, in the province of the Northwest Territories. At night, it drops well below freezing, but in the day, it can be mild. Food and water are definitely going to be hard to find here.
Here we have a creek. It's great that I already found it. When you need to survive in the wild, you need water and food. Water's more important. You can only live 3 days without it. Now the problem with this water is that it could be stagnant and contain bacteria. So in the wild, when you find water and it looks good to drink, you can't drink it.
No matter what.
And that sucks. But it's part of staying alive. Oh hey, look at this. Come here. This is an old tin can. It's rusty, but this would be great for putting some water in and boiling it. I think I might do that.
When you find water in the wild, it is critical that you boil it. I once knew a man. He drank stagnant water in the wild. He later got dehydration and died from melanoma.
Now that I have my water, I have to boil it because it's stagnant. I can't drink it. Now starting a fire in the wild can be one of the most difficult things you can ever do. So I always bring matches with me. Now what you want to do here, it's kind of windy, so I don't know how well this is going to work, is you want to light it and you want to keep this burning under here and burnt out.
I cannot stress how difficult it is to light a fire in the wild, let alone lighting a match. However, once a match has been lit, it can easily lift your spirits.
Oh, God, that's horrible. That's literally terrible. It tasted like dog urine. It was horrible. Sometimes things don't always work out. Let's get going. You know, 99% of the time, rivers in the wild lead to civilization, some form or the other. Now that can be good and bad. You know, the good part is you obviously find civilization. The bad part is it can be extremely treacherous to follow the river. Now sometimes whenever you have to cross it. Because if you cross it, then you're still staying with the river, and you can sometimes find ways to get easier lands to cross. So I think the thing that I have to do now is cross the river. Now one thing about this jump is obviously where I'm standing now is a lot lower than where I'm going to be. But lucky for me, there is that tree there, and hopefully I can grab my hands on it and help pull myself up. Now this kind of jump is dangerous if you don't have strong upper body. You know, it's going to take a lot of work for me to grab it and to pull myself up. In addition, you're going to have a strong lower body. You're going to want to push yourself off with everything you got. If you fall in the water, you could get hypothermia and die. So here goes. So remember, lunge with everything you got, and then use the upper body. And then you just want to pull yourself up, around. You got to be careful because the ground is really slippy here. And you just want to back crawl your way up to safety.
One of the problems with the Northwest Territories is that it's littered with thorns. Every year, 250 people die from infected thorn splinters. One time, when I was in the Special Forces, I stepped on a thorn that went straight through my boot. My blood failed to coagulate, and if I got to a medic 30 minutes later, I could have died from blood loss. I cannot stress how dangerous this landscape is to your health and to your safety. When going through thorns, you want to try to push your sleeves up around your hands and use them to push off the thorns away from your body.
Better be quiet. Don't know if you can hear them or not, but there are definitely some indigenous animals here. I'll try to show you one. I don't know if you can see them or not. See the birds up there? There's one. Those things are very dangerous. They are meat eaters, and as many of them as there are, they could pick me apart for lunch. But I gotta keep going, so. And it's so difficult going through here. There's thorns everywhere. And alright, look at this. Look what I just found. Of course I find after I already boiled my damn water. It's a water bottle. You know, sometimes it just works like that, you know. You try so hard only to find something like this shortly after. But that's how it goes, got to keep going.
Now that I have water, I need to start looking for food. A great place to look is down around you. Insects and grubs are plentiful on the ground and in the remnants of dead trees.
I think I got it. Yeah. And this guy is going to be good to eat. You know, he's not going to taste good, obviously. But pound for pound, insects have more protein than beef. So, here goes. Cut it!
Even though I threw up, you cannot be discouraged by eating things like insects in the wild. They're a great source of protein, and protein means energy, and energy is what you need to get out alive.
Woo! Oh man, that fall hurt. Fell right on my elbow. Well, in the wild, it's bad enough as it is. But whenever you get injured, it just makes everything 10 times worse. So, you know, I'm gonna have to find some herbal remedy to help the swelling go down in my elbow. So let's go look for it.
Lucky for me, I fell and hurt my elbow in Nature's medicine cabinet.
Oh hey, look at this. We got some tracheus ivy here. This stuff is really good. It's an inflammatory disruptive. They use it in medicine such as Bengay or Icy Hot or Biofreeze. Serves as an anti-inflammatory. And what I can do is I can tear this up. Sort of squeeze it and get the juices out. And rub it on my elbow. Right where all that inflammatory is. Get that nice and green. Now in addition, what I can do is I can just take a leaf. I can ball it up and put it right under my tongue. That'll serve as like an ibuprofen or something. Let's go.
As night gets closer, I need to start thinking about building a shelter to help deal with the sub-zero temperatures. Also, I'm still hungry from earlier. I need to find food.
Look what I just found, you know, I see a shelter over there. Having that to sleep in for the night would be really good. I think I'm going to go to try and take a closer look. Oh wow. This is probably about a 20-foot drop. Now, every year, 100 people worldwide go to the hospital for jumps like this. You know, they jump, they don't know how to fall right, they break their ankles or their legs. But you know, I've been trained how to do this. With land, key to landing is to land like a sack of potatoes. You want to land, catch yourself like that. That way you don't put too much pressure on your ankles. I'm going to have to make this jump. You want to make sure before you make a jump like this that you can clear all the obstructions you can possibly clear. That way they don't get in the way whenever you take flight in your jump. Okay, so, and you want to pick out where you're going to land. Here goes nothing. You know what they say? Rise over run equals slope. That's fine.
Bigfoot is known to reside in the Northwest Territories. I think this may be one of his deserted shelters. At least, I hope it's deserted. Bigfoot, or Big Feet in plural, commonly migrate during this time of the year, so I should be safe. I just have to modify this shelter to turn it into more of a lean-to. That way, it will better protect me from the wind.
As you can see, I've built a little lean-to for me, and what you can do now, you can get right in here, and I feel very protected from the wind. Very comfy, so I could start a fire right down here, and I could be very warm tonight. So now you know. Now that I have a shelter, my next priority would obviously be getting a nice hot meal to cook over the fire. So I'm gonna go do that now. So I figure there's a creek here. Might as well look for fish. Let's see how that goes. Now, fish have a lot of protein in them. You can actually eat them raw. So let's start sniffing here. Don't see any yet. What is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's my lucky day. Not much for American food, but look, it's a hamburger and french fries. Oh, come on, we gotta get back. I'm gonna go eat this right now. Now, this is a great way to end the day. Now, I got a nice shelter to keep me out of the wind. I got some food. And I got clean water. It's getting late, so I'm gonna get going. And tomorrow, hopefully I'll find my way out. Okay, so the only thing that stands between me and civilization is this log here. I'm gonna have to get across that with the camera. This is going to be quite dangerous. Okay, so you want to brace yourselves, and you got to be very careful because logs that have moss on them can be very, very slippery. So let's just take a look down at the log, shall we? Just inching my way across it, making sure that I have extremely good footing. This is something that I wouldn't recommend unless you're in a dire situation like myself. And then as soon as you can make the jump, make it. So that worked actually rather well. There you go. Quite dangerous. Quite dangerous. After miles of trekking this wilderness, I have finally found what I believe to be civilization. So I am going to get up there and I'm going to be out. Please take it. On the slip.
Of the people lost in the Northwest Territories, only 5% managed to find their way out. The other 95% were rescued. This wilderness has forced me to think smart and to be more resourceful. With challenges come rewards, but that's survival for you. For more information, you can visit our website at youtube.com/The Affinity Network.